Hello, dear students. In this video, we continue talking about how to deal with different people. You will be managers, middle managers, top managers of educational companies, of business companies, of public organizations. You will be involved in teaching students, conducting classes. So you will be dealing with people, different people, a lot. So far, we have discussed two ways to two assessments of understanding people. We have talked about Kelsey. We have talked about DISC. So today we will be talking about a disease management styles assessment. These three approaches together will really help you to learn how to deal with different people. Let me share my screen. Okay, disease management styles. In other words, it is also called EA-EI theory. Before we go to the actual theory, to the actual discussion, I have a few questions to you. First of all, make a list of the major problems that your organization has. Pay attention to write down only that problems that theoretically can be solved by the organization's managers. Once again, make a list of the major problems that your organization has, and write down only that problems that theoretically can be solved by the organization's managers. So if the problems of the company or organization are the result of some global worldwide changes, obviously one particular company organization will not be able to do much about it. So write down only that problems that theoretically can be solved by the organization's managers. Okay? So the questions to you. How many of these problems did the organization have last year? How many of these problems did the organization have 2 or even 3 years ago? And another question, how many of these problems do you think the organization will face next year? If you answered yes to all these questions, it means that there is something that is not allowing to resolve these problems. And this something may be a problem with management style. What is a management style? Let's talk about this question in few details. So the problem may be with a management style. What is a management style? A style is a coherent pattern of behavior at work. A style is an integrated way of thinking, perceiving, acting, and communicating. A management style is based on 1, 2 of the 4 capabilities more than the others. So we can talk about PAEI code in the following way. An individual generally has 1, maximum 2 styles by which this individual operates. P style, producing results. A style, administrating. E style, interpreting. And I style, integrating. All of these functions need to be utilized to solve a problem well and to help your organization be profitable. P, what needs to be done? A, how can it be done? E, why is it necessary to do it? And I, who will do it? For your company to be profitable for the short and long term, you need to utilize all 4 functions. If you achieve the desired goals and conduct successful administration, P and A functions, your company will be profitable and effective, but only for the short run, not for the long time, not for the long run. If you are significantly involved in entrepreneurship and integrating E and I functions, your company will be profitable and effective, but only in the long term. Any organization, big, small, profit, non-profit, needs to work in all four directions to achieve success. So these four functions, as we continue talking about these four functions, we should say that there is not or very few of individuals who can fulfill all four functions well. Most of people, as I said, have the strengths in one or sometimes two areas. So people can be P, A, E, I, with P as the strongest, production-oriented person. P, A, E, I, with A as the strongest, good organizational skills person. P, A, E, I, with E as the strongest, understands market trends very well. And PAEI, with I the strongest function, integrates the whole company very well. If only one function is present and others are absent completely, we have such codes of managers. P, the strongest, and then zeros in everything. So this is the manager who does everything by himself and herself. We can call this manager a lone ranger. If a function is present and all other functions are zero, meaning 0A, 00 code. So this is a strong bureaucrat. If E function is present and other functions are at 0, 00 E0 code. So this manager creates ideas but never accomplishes any of them. And if I function is present and all other functions are 0, so-called 000I code, so thus this manager does not objectively see who is right or wrong. The combination of two management styles, as I've said, is possible. So, for example, a person may be PA as the strongest, and then EI as regular, or PA and then EI as strongest, etc. Very important. Knowing which functions are absent or done ineffectively, you can predict the problems that your organization, company, family, country, etc. will encounter very soon. Consequently, you will know what needs to be done to eliminate these potential problems and lead your organization to success. Analyzing where you want your organization to be in the future, you can predict what management styles the organization will need. Consequently, you will need to hire people with exactly such management styles to achieve the future for your company that you envision. Let's study each of the management styles in more detail. This style which has P as the strongest function. PAEI style, producing results. Such managers, such people, make sure that the goal is achieved, production of required goods or services. Providing results for which the organization exists, satisfying clients, This manager is oriented towards success, knows what his or her clients need, has good knowledge of business economics and in some specific field, doesn't stop until the goal of production is achieved, prefers to work alone and achieve goals by himself or herself, can't organize the organizational process, works very hard but wastes too much time because the process is not organized administratively, and such manager has to invent the wheel again and again. A company which has such a manager may produce good results but is not effective. For example, if sales are high, the profits may be low. Major strengths of the P style: task-oriented, diligent, hardworking, results-oriented, committed to the job. A as the strongest function. PAEI style, administration style manager. Such manager conducts systematization, routinization, and programming of what needs to be done, clarifying when, where, and by whom, so there is an efficient system in place. Such a person pays attention to little details. Such a manager is methodical, organizes the working environment and the administrative process very well. Such a manager is not entrepreneurial at all, is cautious about new business ideas, and likes to check everything beforehand. Can foresee problems and circumstances that others can't foresee. This is why such a manager is very good at eliminating potential problems. Such a manager wants to control the situation, always knows what's going on, and enjoys starting and finishing projects. Such a manager never lets chaos in the company, but such a manager doesn't produce the main product of the company. Uh, Such manager only helps the key people to do it. That's very important. And P style managers enjoy following rules. So the major strengths of I style: organized, detail-oriented, linear thinker, and systematized. PAEI style: the strongest E function, entrepreneurial function. Develops plans of new actions for new beginnings in the company. Induces an organization to change and adapt to new threats and opportunities. Such a manager has an ability to see through the fog, has creative abilities, entrepreneurial but not an entrepreneur, generates new ideas, makes an organization successful in the long run, does not enjoy taking responsibility for accomplishing the project, although the project is based on his or her idea, is not willing to act, is not good at making money. The major strengths of his style are: such a person is global thinker, creative, risk taker, extroverted, not linear thinker. Now let's talk about the manager who has I style, I function as the strongest. The PAEI style, integration style. If P, A, and E functions are present in an organization, but I is not present, this organization cannot survive in the long run. Such manager creates a climate of cooperation, moving the organization from mechanistic to an organic way of thinking and operating. A person with I style can unite people together around a goal, can provide the whole organization support for an idea, is an excellent team player, encourages to see others grow and succeed, establishes moral and ethical long-term norms for a company, establishes interdependence within the company, ensures that no one in the organization is indispensable. This person integrates the organization via emotional, political means, common values. Is interested in wide organizational issues to make sure that the organization will last for a very long time. Major strengths of I style are such a manager is sensitive, team builder, and good listener. How can we call each of these functions? The P-oriented manager is a producer. The E-oriented manager is an idea generator. The I manager is an integrator. And an A manager is an administrator. Obviously, after talking about distinguishing features of these styles, you can guess that it is not very easy to always cooperate for such different people. And that's true. There are lots of incompatibilities of roles. P, for example, let's talk about P, the producer. P wants results irrespective of the method. A wants to follow methods irrespective of results. P wants short-term results. E wants long-term results. P acts alone. I acts only in consensus. P will step on people's feelings to get results. I think this will destroy the team. So as you see, these are very different approaches to most of everything in the company. Let's continue talking about this. A wants control. E wants freedom. A needs to be right. For I, right or wrong depends on group consensus. E wants to take center stage. I wants everyone to have equal time and opportunity. E likes to be the center of attention, be appreciated. I is very good at showing appreciation. After talking about this, once again, it is obvious that unless efforts are made, it is really difficult for such different managers to work together. So what is the work habit? What is this of a P style? P person arrives and leaves very early. His or her office decoration is work everywhere, trophies, awards for personal performances. Meetings, prefers short to the point of the topic. Focus of attention, implementing the game plan and responding to crisis. Typical complaint, there is just not enough time in the day. When angry, takes charge, dominates, tells. Decision-making behavior. First, take steps, ask questions later. Addresses problems by taking charge, working hard, and getting everyone else to be involved. A P-style manager promotes people for hitting their goals and fires people for missing their goals. And typical reaction to change, no way. I already have too much to do. I-style work habits. A manager with I as the strongest function, such a manager arrives and departs on time. His or her office decoration are Spartan, professional qualifications on wall, plus charts, graphs, and so on. This person is quiet, is careful of choosing the words, likes to use facts. Meetings are long when the when the A person is in charge. Meetings are every week, agendas, allotted time, start and end on time. Focus of attention, planning, organizing, controlling, doing things correctly. Typical complaint, people not following the proper process, procedures, or policies. When angry, a person shuts down and withdraws. Decision-making behavior, slow to move, tends to follow precedent, and addresses problems by adding new rules, policies, and procedures. An A-style manager promotes people for getting things under control, being steady and reliable, and fires people for carelessness. And typical reaction to change, no, no way, I don't want to have any change. E-style manager, what are his or her work habits? Arrival and departure is unpredictable, may arrive any time of the day and night, 7 days a week. Office decor, trendy art, famous people, often has no desk at all. Energy and speech patterns, vibrant, charming, excitable, strong, mood swings. If E is a manager and organizes meetings, meetings are frequent, spontaneous, agendas not followed, and can last for hours. Focus of attention, his or her latest project, product, business, or other idea. Typical complaint, no one does what I tell them to do. When angry, E person attacks, becomes insulted and personal. Decision-making behavior, fast, willing to take huge risks, changes his or her mind frequently, addresses problems by coming up with new approaches or ideas. An E-style manager promotes people for enthusiastically following their direction. And fires people, oh no, E people do not fire, they find someone else to do this. And typical reaction to change, this is great, as long as it is my idea. What is this? What are the work habits of an I style? Arrival and departure when everyone arrives or departs. Office decor, warm, inviting, comfortable, lots of people pictures, mentals. Energy and speech pattern, open, caring, concerned, interested in other people's personal life. If I style manager is in charge and conducts meetings, meetings are regular, long, and everyone else talks. Focus of attention, teamwork, meeting people's needs, buy-in and consensus. Typical complaint, come on guys, let's stop fighting. When angry, I person submits but remembers. Decision-making behavior, slow, only decides when group consensus is clear. Addresses problems by communication, getting together everyone to talk things out. Promotes people for getting along and putting the interests of the team first. Fires people for not being a team player. And typical reaction to change, no, I people are not ready for change. This is an interesting slide. I'm sure you have thought that for some people, two simple words, yes and no, can mean actually different things. So for some person, a yes is a yes. For another person, a yes is actually no. For someone else, it is maybe. So let's talk about this for these four styles. A P person, producer. For this person, yes is a yes, and no is a real no. If you are dealing with an administrative style, if administrative person says yes, this is a true yes. But when this person says no, in reality, he or she means maybe. When you are dealing with an E-style, entrepreneurial style, when he or she says yes, in reality, this is not yes. This is maybe. But when he or she says no, this is a real no. When you are dealing with an I-style person, I-style manager, when this person says yes, in reality, this is not a strong yes, but simply or only maybe. And when this person says no, once again, this is no, 100% no, but this is actually maybe. So as you see, this is really important information. So when you hear yes and no from these two four different styles, you need to understand what really the person actually is meaning. Well, if we sum everything up, a good manager has to be capable of performing all four PAEI roles and to excel in at least one. Know their personal strengths and weaknesses, be able to take feedback and accept their strengths and weaknesses without trying to be what they are not. A good manager has to be able to identify excellence in others, even when it is not their strong area. Is attitude now? Let's talk about different approaches that these four managers, four styles of managers have toward others. What is the attitude of a P style manager toward others? When P deals with another P, he or she appreciates them, keeps them also hardworking. While dealing with administrators, P disrespects administrators, feels they create paperwork and make things harder. When P deals with an entrepreneurial style, respects their visual abilities, but when P deals with integrators, he actually ignores them, considers them to be simply politicians. What is the attitude of A toward others? When A deals with P, people, with producers, he or she criticizes them for lack of attention to details. Other administrators, he or she appreciates. With dealing with entrepreneurial oriented person, an A person sees such a person as highly unpredictable and potentially dangerous to the company. With integrators, an A person is suspicious of their motives and policies. When E deals with others, he or she likes producers, he or she does not like administrators, views them as boring and not creative. When he or she deals with integrators, he or she actually likes them and thinks that he or she can get lots of information from them. And I has the following attitude toward others. With people, I is okay, as long as they don't create conflict. With administrators, it's okay, as long as they don't create conflict. Entrepreneurial people, he or she likes. With integrators, and another integrator is someone suspicious because there can be power fight them. So when you are the boss and you need to give tasks to these different styles of managers, when you're the boss and you deal with a P person, tell them what results you expect and the due date. And the clearer the goal is, the better. When you deal with A, be prepared for a long talk, doubts, and questions. Return how questions to them, and don't be silent when they ask questions. With E, present the task as a fun, as an opportunity to do something new or unique, or to do the old thing in a new and unique way. With I, ask for help, be friendly, find an opportunity say thank you. We've been saying so many, we've been looking at so many differences between all of these styles. So the question is how to work with these different people, how to grab their attention and convince them in doing something, or what to do if they disagree, how to cooperate with them so that everyone will win thanks to this um, cooperation. As you see, the more you understand people around, and the better you are capable of understanding whom you are working together. Whether it is a T style manager, an A style person, an E or I, then you will slightly change your behavior so that you will be able to work with different styles people better. So this will be a win-win approach. Everyone will win from this, and the results, the goals will be achieved better, while everyone will be happy and satisfied with how things will be going. After watching this video, please study the material loaded in Moodle to understand this topic better. And now I wish you to have a good day and stay safe. Goodbye.